Hi, Dwight Tankersley here with Agency on Main Auction Services. Chris Hensley and I do the auctions together. Quick video to explain the bidding process for a real estate auction, the entire process from how you bid. First thing you would do would be go to our website, which is auction.agencyonmain.com. Scroll down to the auction you want to look at. In this case, we're going to use a couple of different auctions. I am going to click on this one on Sunset because that's the one I've already used. You just click View Auction. We'll open up the auction. Make sure you read the headers, information there. Very important. Looks like I forgot to log out, so I'm going to log out. There we go. I created this. So I'm going to click on this Sunset auction again. That's the one we're going to use. As you can see, it says log in and register. Make sure you look here to pictures. We got videos. This files button is very important. I recommend you download those files. I'm going to explain those in a minute. But to register for an account, you click over here on log in. And if you have never created an account, you just click this, say register to bid, and you start out, put in your email address, just follow the instructions, make sure you put everything in and finish signing up. Please use your legal name as it's on your driver's license. Make sure all that information is correct because we are going to verify it. Once you've done that and created your account, I'm going to cancel this registration. You will get an email that will say registration, finish registering your account. I created one this morning, and you click on that link and it will activate the account. Once you do that and get everything confirmed, then you end up here and we're going to log into that auction. Once you and we're going to go back to the home screen so I'm going to click this Vine Street auction. You click the same auction. In this case, you would have wanted to go to Sunset, and you have to it opens up. Now there are some buttons here. Do not click the red one. You can click the gray one if you want to bid on it. Get approved to bid. And you get this pop up and it'll say approval requested. What will happen at that point is Chris or I will call and talk to you. Unless we've spoken to you earlier, we'll probably still make a quick follow-up call, see if you have any questions. Then we will send you those documents. And I'm going to go back to the Sunset auction because that's the one I used, but I've already approved the bidder. So those files that are right here, we're going to send those to you to sign. You'll get an email that will say, it'll either say Dwight Tankersley or Chris Hensley via .loop. Please review 5 documents for bidder, and it'll have your name. I set up my wife's name for this one, for Jeannie Tankersley, Sunset. Once you open that email, just click the View All Documents button. It will load the documents for you. And you can see we want to start signing. Click Start Signing. And you can scroll up and read them. The first document here is a real estate disclosure. In this particular auction, we're working as a single agent of the seller. And you're going to be signing here. To sign, you click. Looks like and that's the way it's going to look. Adopt and sign. It starts down. This is the terms and conditions. I'll kind of scroll through the ones that are typically the same on all real estate auctions. In all auctions, we collect a 10% buyer's premium. So if you bid $100,000, then your purchase price becomes $110 plus closing. I do recommend you budget on about $1,500 for those closing costs on a cash sale. We will collect that 10% down in when you sign the contract. That money is non-refundable unless the seller cannot provide clear title for some reason, and you will have approximately 30 days to close. We do have a date in the contract. If you fail to close on time for any reason other than the seller being able to provide clear title, unless it is absolutely the seller's fault, you will lose your earnest money. We do want you to initial each page. We try to make sure that you've read every page. As you can see, this one is closing on May 17th. If you miss that date, you lose the 10%. Property is being sold as is. There are no contingencies. We'll click that page. The next page tells you title insurance is your expense, that you're responsible for inspecting the property, that we have a real estate contract that governs it, and that you do have to register as we're doing right now. We sign that page, scroll back up to the next one. We do pay it. If you do have a real estate agent, we will pay him. That's spelled out there. This property is subject to the owner confirmation. That means that the owner has to approve. We do have in writing on this one what that price is, and once the bidding reaches that on the web page, it will show reserve has been met. We do have information about the property. Again, you want to read that. The property is subject to the owner confirmation. If you want to know how important we think that is, we keep repeating the buyer's premium, and we keep repeating that how the closing costs are done, that the property is sold as is. We tell you where our information came from, but it's your responsibility to confirm that. We use public sources. You will initial that. We typically include tax maps of the property for your review. This floor plan below here was prepared by an outfit called Cubicasa. We disclose that up there in the information. That is the actual GLA report of how the square footage was figured for that property. We do have a copy of the sales contract. You're not signing the sales contract. This contract is just for your review, and we do have you initialing every page. We do that so the form will stop on every page and you have plenty of time to scroll up and down and read it. We do recommend that you read it and want you to read it. Again, a lot of the stuff repeats itself more than once because we want you to understand our terms. We're not trying to disguise anything, and you're signing here that you've received it. This is we keep repeating about the inspections, and you're acknowledging you received that form. We also tell you right here that the system will bid your max bid until the reserve is met. That is in the main document as well. It just scrolled past the information about lead-based paint. That's what this form is. You're just signing that you acknowledge that this house was built before 1978. The seller has no knowledge of any possible whether home has lead-based paint or not. It just does say that it can have it. And obviously I missed a couple and it went back to them where somehow, so I'm going to scroll back and I missed that one. So it went back to it. So if you miss one, it does that. And I'll scroll down quickly just to show you that there's the lead-based paint. When you finish, you hit finish signing. And I just closed all the pop-up windows. You don't want an account. You will have and I'm going to close that window. We'll go back to our email, our inbox. And now you've got emails telling you you've signed those, so you can still go back and look at those forms by clicking on one of the emails. So you get that back so you can still review them. Once I get that back, you will get an email. I'll get you approved to bid, and you'll get an email from Agency on the Main that says you have been approved to bid in the auction on the home on Sunset Street. And then you just you can click on the link in the email, and it'll carry you right to that auction. And I had that problem a while ago. For some reason, it didn't load. I just clicked on home and went down and opened up the Sunset auction. When you do that, it's going to be, now you've got the auction is there. You have a couple of options. You can click quick bid, and if you do that, it says, are you sure you want to bid? And I'm going to click no, because I don't want to be bidding. Or you can put in your highest bid, but remember, the system is going to bid your max bid till the reserve is met, and it says right there, reserve not met. So if you put in a max number, it'll bid either up to the next amount that could be bid, or to your full amount if it doesn't get, because it's going to bid up to the reserve amount. If you have any questions about this process, please reach out to Chris or me, either one. My number is 256-345-7831. It's right here on the page. Chris is 256-227-0871. And I hope this video makes the process easier